right, so I'm over here scrolling through the old Boomer book, and I come across one of my favorite sites to check in on, College Kid, coming out of the old Columbia, South Carolina, with a hot story. Actually, a very interesting one. So, as we all know, right now there's been that recent court case that has definitely had a lot of people saying, what in the actual factual fuckity fuck is going on over here for Cyrus Carmack Belton. And now we have this picture of him being compared to Trayvon Martin. Now, when I first saw the kid, I was like, his eyes look so familiar. Where have I seen those eyes? Those eyes, that mouth, that nose, that profile very much looks familiar. Now, not just looking at the fact that this kid could easily, him or Trayvon could easily be my son, you know? I mean, their faces aren't that far off from like the typical structure of your standard Afrocentric black man type of like face, you know? And so with that being said, they went and crossed the two photos, and it's very interesting that they are near identical. Now, both of these were children, okay? Let's get that straight. Let's get that first, okay? Regardless of what they did, they were children first. They were children first. They were children first, okay? They had a child's mind. These were not adults. These were not developed people. These were children. They were still growing, still learning, still developing, still within their rights to make mistakes, to fuck up, to apologize for it, to try again, to do better and be better fucking people. They deserve that. They also deserve to have not been let down by whatever systems routed them to their ultimate demise. Whether if we want to blame it on the community, their family structure, their school structure, them personally with mental or emotional conditions going on that may or may not be known to us or others, I don't give a flying fuck. One was 17, Trayvon was 17, Cyrus was 14. They're fucking children. Why the hell were these children just roaming about? Which I have to go and circle back on the mama. Okay, and I'm going to preference this by saying I don't have children. I don't. Okay, I lost 2. I have 0 live children, okay? So my children didn't even get a chance to be fucking born, okay? So let's get that right off the bat. I got 2 birds. I know where the fuck my birds are every minute of the fucking day, and they are goddamn birds. Do you know how on it I would be about my child, especially my black son, in today's society, with everything that goes on, with how inflamed the community is and how, you know, everything's just so cattywampus. There ain't no way in hell I just let my black son be just roaming around here all willy-nilly. I understand lots of people feel that that's okay. I mean, I even grew up in a household where my brother was allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants. I wasn't allowed to sleep over my best friend's house. You know how far my best friend's house was from my house? 20 fucking feet, okay? You walk out the door, take 2 steps out my door, walk down 21 steps, take 2 steps, you're right at her door. I wasn't allowed to sleep over her house. Why? Because my parents were like, well, we don't know her parents too well, and my parents don't like people who smoke cigarettes. Her parents smoke cigarettes, and her parents drank. My parents don't like that. They didn't want me around that, you know? And I was born in the projects, okay? Still wasn't allowed around that shit. So even though left the projects and ultimately grew up in like the suburbs, still every fucking summer went back to the goddamn projects to visit my aunt and everybody else up in that bitch. So it's not like I ever got away from it, okay? I know a lot of people like to think that I'm disconnected from the black community. I got all kinds of black symbols tattooed all over my body. Like everything about me is about the culture. I just don't have to put my ethnicity first, because if you can't look at me and tell that I'm black, then you're a fucking idiot. And I ain't even gonna entertain your dumb ass, okay? So that's number one. But I just couldn't imagine and I understand some kids are willful. Like in the case of like my family. My brother wasn't willful, but he was an athlete, okay? He played like soccer and all that. We had neighbors who like, they were Mexican and whatnot. And like their dad and uncle, they like ran the soccer team. So my brother's like, yo, let me get up in this mug. So my brother would hang out at their house a lot of times. When they moved out of the neighborhood, they went and got an actual house, moved out of the apartments. You know, my brother ended up moving in with them for a while. And for the most part, I would go and drop him off food and supplies on the weekend. I worked a job and all that, drop him off his like allowance, you know, gotta take care of my fam and all that. So, you know, I always looked out for my brother, made sure he stayed on the right and narrow. He's a rapper now out in LA, so he's doing his own thing, but he's at least not fucking off, you know. And so with that, I have to say I'm still proud of him. No matter what, he's my brother. Even if he was homeless on the street, that's still my brother. I'm still gonna love him, period. So looking at this kid, no matter what you all have to say, these were children. They deserve the opportunity at life. Now, where they were failed, I don't know, I can't say. But now we have to look at, with everything coming back up in the black community and ripping off those, like, the scabs off the wounds we're starting to heal from the whole BLM, COVID, Kyle Rittenhouse and all of that. You know, we're finally starting to like bury all that stuff. Our communities are building back stronger, more together, and we're doing great. And then this story comes up. And granted, this was from 2023, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know the full details of this story. So I am speaking purely on opinion, not facts, okay? This is all 100% my opinion. But the fact that these two look so identical and were killed in the same fashion. A person who claims to be a pillar of the community, a protector of teenagers, a father in this case, claimed that this young man, not even young man, young man is fucking wrong to say, this boy, he was a boy. I get that we don't like to say boy towards black men because that was used racially to degrade them, but we just can't call any black male a grown man just because he's a black male. We have to acknowledge the fact that they are still growing and they have the right to make mistakes as if they were white, as if they were Latin, as if they were Asian, as if they were Middle Eastern, as if they were any ethnicity. You all deserve the same right, okay? I mean, it's literally in our U.S. Constitution. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of fucking happiness is what you're guaranteed as a citizen of the United States of America, and I'm really fucking tired of seeing these young kids really losing it. Now, the greater conspiracy is that this is a clone. Yeah, I took it there. I went ahead and peeked in on the comments. First thing I see, who cloned Tyrone? The Jamie Foxx movie on Netflix? Yeah, look into it. Interesting timing. A lot of events that have come up recently or come to light have all had movies predating them that kind of explained all these situations. So are movies purely part of the imagination? Are they mirrors into the future and what future events could possibly be happening? Or are they just the elites and all the people in charge say, hey, here's what we're going to do to you, ha, 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 and laugh? Now, looking at these comments, I see the next one says, if you squint, then boys definitely have the same face. And their birthdays are days apart. And they used the wrong side of the face to switch the side so it isn't a perfect fit. Living for many lives, dying identical deaths. Black Thought. I love me some Black Thought. I love me some Black Thought. Like, Black Thought. Oh, I love Black Thought. His beard game, like, his beard is fucking... Let's just stop there. Like, we're just going to say he brings a hard game. And he has a line of products, which y'all should definitely buy. And Black Thought, if y'all want to come out to Phoenix, please do. Because the worst concert of my life was Etta James and the Roots. And it wasn't y'all. It was the Roots band. So I still need to see y'all. It won't be with Etta James. Rest in peace. But it is what it is. So yeah. Getting back to the story and to tie things up. I don't know what exactly is going on here. I can see that people are definitely drawing the lines between Cyrus and Trayvon and how these two are essentially the same. Now, will this open up more conspiracy theories? Will it open up more thoughts? What exactly do you all think is going to happen? Well, that's all I have for now. 623 Kimchi. Chi out.